Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and I'm back to preview some of the reels that recently arrived in my shop and show you a little bit of the projects that I'll be working on and talk a little bit about the ones that I plan to do some videos on. So hopefully you'll see something in here you like. If you see something in here that you like, I'd ask you to subscribe. You'll see the videos that I do, and if you hit notifications, you'll be the first to know that that video has been posted. And you can choose the ones that I'm posting to see if you would enjoy watching them and proceed from there. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our first responders and essential personnel for everything that they're doing. You are truly our local hometown heroes, and we do appreciate everything you're doing to keep us safe and take care of us in harm's way. Thank you very much. So we're going to start. The first one I have up here is one that came from a purchased lot that I had on eBay. I have a very much moving spool. The spool adjuster locks down pretty tight, but we still have that knock. So there's probably a spacer missing inside of this spool adjuster. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of a plastic bottle, like a water bottle or whatever, find a flat piece, maybe up top here, or perhaps use the if you need a little bit thicker, use the rim of a plastic jug or something. And those become those little pads that go inside this. I did take this off previously. I didn't see any adjuster pads in there. So if you use a little piece of plastic, kind of a bush fix, that should take the move out of that spool. But I haven't done a Convector 20L, so I'm going to do the whole reel. And while I do that, we'll talk a little bit about how to do that bush fix on this. Next up were two reels that I purchased recently. A fellow called me up and said that he had some reels that he's no longer using. Would I be interested? He noted that both of them were broken or required service. And I took a look at them and I decided that I would go ahead with the purchase. They're both Quantum Boca reels. Boca reels retail anywhere from $100 to $150 or so. These are both 40 size reels. This one is the older version of it. This one is having a problem with the anti-reverse. Every now and then that anti-reverse is skipping. Of course, when you go to put it on a video, you can't make it skip, but trust me, it's there. And we'll go inside this reel and we'll go get that corrected. I'm not quite sure what the system is there, but we're going to find out. We'll show you how this Boca comes together. If you have one of these, you'll learn how to service it. And if you have one of these that comes up for sale, well, you'll have that opportunity as well. The second Boca is the newer version, and I'm told that you can see it right away. This is kind of locked down, or was locked down, and the drag washers just aren't holding. I'm going to do one on this as well, because this is, even though they're both Boca reels, it's quite a bit difference in terms of the technologies and the like. And if you have one, you can't necessarily service the other. So we'll show you both of these, how to take them apart, clean them, service them, and get them back out there fishing again. I have a reel here that I previously worked on. It went out on vacation, came back, and I'm told that one of the problems is that we have an awful lot of movement in this spool. So I don't know what happened with this, but I do know, just because I read the mail quickly, if you tighten it down, that movement goes away, right? This is a spool adjuster, and I'm not sure if that was the issue or not, but we're going to take it apart and make sure that that adjustment is the only thing that's needed there. This is a Penn Sargus baitcaster. Penn just got back into the low-profile baitcasters again. I think they did it's either the Fathom or the Squall, the current lineup. They've done a smaller profile baitcaster, and we'll see, but I think it may just be as simple as that side plate adjuster there, and if that's the case, we'll do a tune-up and get that one back out there fishing again. This one comes from Joe, and I'm surprised it came. I got mine on there, but I also have somebody else's on there, and usually what happens with the post office with that is they get confused and they don't deliver. So Joe sends this one in from Washington. We've got a not quite sure what we got. We got a issue with some restoration here for line guide I'm still trying to figure out what the reel is, so why don't we just go ahead and look at the reel. This is a bigger reel. This is the Penn 309. I believe it's the Penn 309. This is the Penn 309. It's missing the line guide. So we have to go ahead and get that line guide. Now that line guide normally comes out because the line idler gear breaks, and in order to make this thing work again, folks take that out. Well, this one, in this case, I don't know if there's any parts. There's no parts in here. They went well beyond just taking it out. They've pulled the adjuster screws on both sides. They've pulled the worm gear, the line guide, the pawl, and chances are that the issue is in here with the idler gear. So this reel is also very tight. Yep, it's been clamped down. Okay, so we got some work to do on this one. I've done the Pure 309s. I've also done a couple of videos on why level line reels fail, and we're going to get according to that. Here's my parts from mysticparts.com. I have a 505 Jigmaster that needs some bearings that's waiting for those parts. I will be doing that 505 video on how to replace the bearings on that reel as in the coming days. All right, this one comes from North Carolina, from Tyler. This is an interesting box. Not quite sure what I have here. I got one well-taped box is what I have. Wow. Sometimes getting the reel out of the box is more difficult than the reel repair. This one's going in all directions. There we go. And let's see what Tyler sent me. Tyler sent me a spinning reel. Looks like a Mitchell. This might be the Mitchell 330, where he took the bail off and didn't figure out how to put the screw back on. Wow, that's good, well packed. Yeah, so this is the Mitchell 330. This has got the finger trip bail, and I guess we are missing the bail spring here. So that's probably worth an effort. Yep, here's the bail spring up here. It's detached, and we'll go ahead and get that back the right way. All right, that's Tyler's. That's a fun one. That's it's kind of Mitchell's equivalent of the Zebco reels with the thumb bar release, only it's done on a spinning reel. All right, Phil has sent me some reels. Phil is in Indiana. Let's see what we got from Phil. Most folks do contact me before they send reels. Every now and then I get a rogue that just kind of shows up in my shop. And most of the time I get that. And please, if you're Phil or anybody else, don't ship reels like this. These things get banged up all over the place, and a lot of times things that weren't broken arrive broken. So we've got a couple of the Penn GTIs. I guess these are the 320s maybe. Or just, yeah, 320s. We have a 209. And we have our reel in a bag project, the obligatory reel in a bag project. I think what happened here was Phil got started on this one and decided that was beyond his capabilities and decided to pack all of those and send them on to me. We'll get Phil fishing again. Many of you know that I do an awful lot of Penn reels, and it's not because I'm a Penn reel specialist. It's just that where I am here on the Eastern Atlantic seaboard, we get a lot of Penn saltwater fishing reels, and well, enough said. I see them when they need to be sent. And then this one comes from Joe in New York. I talked to Joe the other day. Joe has a collection of beautiful reels. In this case, we have a shoebox inside of a box. That's just an indication of how he takes care of his reels. And Joe did mention he was going to send me a few more, so here we go. As soon as I untape all of this. So we go from Phil, who didn't put any wrapping on his reels, to Joe, who's so overpacked the darn thing that you probably have to run a bulldozer over him to get him done. Okay, we got a couple more Penn reels in here. Interestingly enough, it looks like it's Penn GTI week up. Actually, this is a C-Line 50H, one of my favorite reels. Something's gone awry in here, though. This is not, it's spinning, but it's not turning this way. Yeah, we'll do that one if you have one in mind. And then, as I mentioned, Joe just has some beautiful reels. This one is a Delmar. It's a 285. I'm not aware of anything wrong with that, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything wrong with it. So we have quite a few in our lineup. We've got everything from the Boca spinning reels to a bunch of Penn reels to a classic one or a vintage one, if you will, in that Mitchell 330. That's one of the things that kind of keeps this fun for me, is that I have the opportunity to work on all kinds of reels. And if you have a reel that you need to have serviced or repaired and you don't feel like working on them yourself, or you think it's beyond your capability, or maybe you even started that project like Phil did with the reel in the bag, contact me on the email on the business card that follows. I'll be happy to provide you with that reel repair information. So again, if you want to see these, the best way to see these is to do the subscription and do a little bit more in terms of the notifications, and you won't miss any of the ones that I post, including reels like the Boca here. So I wish you all well. Please stay safe, stay fishing, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.